Hi, this is Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Pokemon Go and the rise of the PTO Charc Drille. So what is that? Okay, so a PTO Charc Drille is a type of Pokemon player who is now beginning to show up in at Pokemon raids pretty frequently, and it's a new type. I think it's an incredibly important type of Pokemon Go player, and I want to talk about it in detail. So PTO Charc Drille is short for one term and two words. Okay, so PTO is exactly what it stands for. PTO, the letter P, the letter T, the letter O, Parent Teacher Organization. So a PTO, so a PTO Charc Drille belongs to their parent-teacher organization in their local school, the school that their children go to, or the school that their children once went to, or they're just a concerned citizen who is literally a member of the PTO, okay? Or is likely a member of the PTO. Charc is short for charcuterie, right? Now, a PTO Charc Drille is someone who fits these distinct elements of life, okay? First is PTO, they're a PTO member, okay? They're a member of their parent-teacher organization. The second one is charcuterie. This person, this PTO Charc Drille, owns a charcuterie plate, knows how to spell charcuterie, and uses that charcuterie plate to serve charcuterie they have made at an event where you would actually serve charcuterie, right? These are people who are familiar with and use the term and actually do charcuterie, okay? Which is like the creation of like snacks based on distinct meats, right? It's really the deep end of the pool of foodery, okay? And then the last part is Drille. What does Drille stand for? Well, it is spelled D-R-I-L-L-E. By the way, Charc is C-H-A-R-C. That's my shortening of charcuterie. And last is Drille, D-R-I-L-L-E. And that is a shortening of espadrille. Okay? This person, this type of Pokemon Go player, wears espadrilles. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, they wear the shoes that are espadrilles. Okay? And in addition to wearing espadrilles, they wear the type of espadrilles where when you buy one of these pairs of espadrilles, someone in another country got a free pair of espadrilles. That type of espadrille. So a PTO Charc Drille is a brand new type of Pokemon player, okay, who is showing up in significant numbers at Pokemon Go raids. All of this is Pokemon Go specific to the mobile game, the ARG game Pokemon Go, okay? So what I'm talking about today is specifically the rise of the PTO Charc Drille, the rise of the type of player, Pokemon Go player, who is a member of the PTO, owns a charcuterie plate, and wears espadrilles, okay? Now, why am I talking about this? Well, it's incredibly important, all right? So one, I don't use the term important with video games that often, but I play Pokemon Go, and I play it pretty significantly. Now, I'm an older person, and I have a degree in political science. So my bachelor's is in political science. I got it from Millersville University. And in 1992, I earned my bachelor's in political science. And so, and I've always been a huge fan of politics, and I'm also a huge fan of America, right? And so, more and more, I'm trying to recognize things that are, when I say something important, I mean it affects American politics, American culture, and American society. And I am right now saying today that I truly believe Pokemon Go has reached this level. It is impacting American politics, American culture, and American society. And the reason why is we are dealing with PTO Charc Drilles showing up at raids. That is a very, very big deal. Okay? Now, why am I saying that's a big deal? Well, I will tell you the reason why. One of the primary reasons why is the existence of the vaping tat flop. Okay? Now, PTO Charc Drille, Vaping tat flop, these are my terms that I'm applying to player types who are showing up at Pokemon Go raids in significant numbers. Okay? So what is a vaping tat flop? Right? Well, a vaping tat flop is a type of Pokemon Go player that shows up at virtually every single raid. They are certainly at the majority of raids. You will find one or more vaping tat flops. So what is a vaping tat flop? Well, a vaping tat flop is someone who vapes, you know, like the replacement of the modern replacement for smoking tobacco. They vape and they have tattoos. Now, what do I mean by they have tattoos? I don't mean they have a butterfly tattoo near the bottom of on their ankle, right? I mean they have tattoos on their calves and on their forearms, okay? Like significant tattoo fans who have a significant number of prominently displayed tattoos, okay? And so a vaping tat flop vapes. They have a significant number of tattoos, and they wear flip-flops, okay? It is almost, maybe I've probably been to about 50 to 100 raids, right? And I would say that maybe 3 to 5% of them did not have one or more vaping tat flops. Vaping tat flops show up at a significant number of raids. They are incredibly helpful to Pokemon Go, okay? A raid is difficult. You need a lot of players to bring down to bring down the creature that you have to battle against, and so that everybody can see if they can win that specific high-end Pokemon, right? Vaping tat flops are reliable. They show up in numbers. They're reliable in Pokemon Go specifically, right? They usually have a very high knowledge of the game, right? And they are very good at sharing that knowledge with other vaping tat flops, and occasionally other Pokemon Go players who are not vaping tat flops, okay? All right, so I have an appreciation for vaping tat flops. Now, by the way, I'm not a vaping tat flop. I don't really wear flip-flops very often. I don't vape, and I don't have any tattoos. I am also absolutely not a PTO charcuterie drill. I'm not a member of the PTO. I don't own a charcuterie plate, and I don't wear astrodrills, okay? So this is me trying to understand the game and recognizing importance within the game, okay? All right, and also I try to categorize things because it helps me to understand what's happening within a particular thing that I'm researching or that I'm trying to get better at, right? So you have these vaping tat flops. Now, here's the thing. Vaping tat flops are important to Pokemon Go, but in a non-unique way. Vaping tat flops are important to every single video game, right? If you play COD, or if you play League of Legends, or if you play World of Warcraft, you have probably met a vaping tat flop, right? You have one or two or more in your guild, right? Vaping tat flops are absolutely not uncommon within video games. In fact, if you make a game specifically for vaping tat flops, you will not go broke within video games. They are like a column that holds up the table of the video game industry. They are incredibly reliable when it comes to video games, okay? Pokemon Go has lots of them, okay? But the thing is, it's not a big deal. Lots of video games have vaping tat flops, okay? But let's talk about PTO Charc drills. People who belong to their parent-teacher organization own a charcuterie plate and wear espadrilles, okay? This is unique and new. At the last community day, okay, which was about a week ago, I ran into no less than a dozen PTO Charc drills, right? And what blew my mind was I really, I always feel like I'm in the deep end of the pool when I'm into hobbies, and I realize I'm a complete noob. I play Pokemon Go every day. I'm at 34th level. I have 1,400 Pokemon. I have well over 1,000 items, and I'm frequently when I'm showing up at these community days, I'm in the low, shallow end of the pool for Pokemon Go, which is stunning. I went to do a trade with one of my friends, and the friend said, "Oh, that's not a good trade for me or for you. Let's save our Stardust." So this PTO Charc Drill came over, and the PTO Charc Drill said to me, would you like to do a distance trade? And I said, what's a distance trade? And the PTO Charc Drill said, I have a Pokemon that was captured in Egypt. And if you trade it to me for one of your Pokemon, you'll get a special type of medal, and it will help you. And this is a valuable type of trade. I was like, how do you even know about that type of trade? And the PTO Charc Drill said, well, I'm 40th level, right? And I was like, my eyes went big, because like only the most dedicated people are 40th level in this game. It takes time and dedication to become a 40th level Pokemon master. And this PTO Charc Drill is 40th level Pokemon master who is doing distance trades for Pokemon caught in other countries. Okay? Let me explain what's happening here. Okay? PTO Charc Drills are not found in a lot of other video games in significant numbers. Okay? If you find a PTO Charc Drill and you say, hey, when's the last time you played Call of Duty? When's the last time you played League of Legends? When's the last time you played World of Warcraft? You are going to be lucky to find one in your guild. Let me put it this way: if you create a video game for PTO Charc Drills, you have a really good chance of going broke. Your company could go broke very well. There are not a ton of PTO Charc Drills playing video games. There were a ton of PTO Charc Drills at the last Pokemon Go Community Day. They were out in force. They knew the game. They were playing and they were engaged. That is huge. Pokemon Go is no longer a normal video game. It is changing the politics, the culture, and the society of America. Why do I say that? Well, for one, Pokemon Go is the first truly successful ARG. Okay, and I'm fully aware of, I think it was called Ingress, yeah. But Pokemon Go has a level of success in alternate reality games that has never before been seen. It has more success than every ARG ever created, without a doubt. Right, combined, it defeats every other game in its category by factors. Right, if you put up all the success together, it still beats them significantly. Right, so all this is going on. Right, but in ARGs, Pokemon Go is building powerful standards that will stand for decades in ARG. Okay, there are companies that are watching what Pokemon Go does and then building games off of it. This is like the Roman chariot being carried by 2 horses, and that's setting a standard for the width of a chariot. And then that has echoed through roads and all kinds of other different standards throughout multiple nations, right? You're seeing powerful standards being built in the ARG industry. In addition to that, exercise. Pokemon Go deals with exercise, with walking, with moving your body in a way that no other video game really has done. We attempted it, right? But now you can buy them for nothing at any GameStop. But Pokemon Go is really getting a lot of people out there walking, people who are concerned about walking, people concerned about health, people who are concerned about strength within their body. This is a huge part of this video game, and there's virtually no other video game that has gone as far as this is. And that's in America. You have a video game really pushing people toward health through literally encouraging them to walk, to be healthier, to be outside. That's another one. Public space. This is how it is affecting, and so that health thing, that affects our culture. What about politics? Pokemon Go uses public space. So basically, I live near where I go for the community days is Media, PA. That is a lawyer-rich courthouse, small, high-end, area, right? And basically, those type of people do not like people running around catching imaginary monsters in their backyard, not in their backyard, on their public streets, right? And that's the point, is Pokemon Go is affecting our politics in how are we, the public, allowed to use public space, right? And and the Pokemon Go community is pushing the boundaries of that, defining exactly how public space is used. That is incredibly political, okay? The other thing is, what about society? Okay, well, Pokemon Go deals directly with public gatherings, right? So, perfect example of this is vaping tat flops, right? When I first started to go to raids, vaping tat flops would come and go, blah, 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 and I would hear a lot of expletives. Since then, many parents have been showing up to raids, and I've seen vaping tat flops start to change the way they speak, right? And realizing it's a multi-generational space. That is changing society within America, changing how fans of an intellectual property and how fans of a video game approach that game. That is changing American society, right? That's another thing. It has multi-generational communities. Pokemon Go is a multi-generational community. We see people who are seniors. We see children. We see young adults. We see adults. We see people in their who are in the middle of their life, right? We see multi-generation. I have been at raids where there was a grandchild, a child, and a grandparent, right? A child, a parent, and a grandparent. That is multi-generational. Pokemon Go is incredible. I am seeing right now the rise of the PTO Charc drill. I have never seen the rise of the PTO Charc drills in any other video game at the scale I am seeing it at in Pokemon Go. And that is different. The fact that this game is strong enough, robust enough, versatile enough to attract PTO Charc drills, not just vaping tat flops, which many video games have courted, right? But the fact that it is getting 40th level Pokemon Masters who are PTO Charc drills, that is something new and something different. And I am saying now, Pokemon Go is an incredibly important video game in American politics. It's an incredibly important video game because it is changing American politics, changing American culture, and changing American society. And that's a good thing. And I'm really happy to see more PTO Charc drills. And I just want to be really clear, if there's a single vaping tat flop out there who thinks that's a derogatory term, it is not. I have needed to get my Mewtwo's. I have needed to get my Metagrosses, just like the rest of you, and so I've needed to get Charizards, all those type of things, and I really appreciate when you are out there in the rain at a raid. You can bet if there's somebody out in the rain at it's going to be a vaping tat flop, and I truly appreciate your dedication to the game. Thank you very much for listening to my opinion on this. I would love to hear what you think on this topic. Tell me right below in the comments, and please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you very much.